Hello, and welcome back to another one of my Minecraft tutorials. Special shout out to Sliced Pie for recommending this. This is a remake of one of my old tutorials on how to make a double door. It is now obsolete because of recent updates, so I've come here to remake it. But before we begin, I want to cover two things, and it's the materials that you need. You need any kind of building material, wooden doors or iron doors, redstone levers, wooden pressure plates or stone pressure plates, and redstone torches. And the second thing is in this video, white wool will represent redstone important wool. That is where redstone has to be or where it influences. And blue blocks are non-specific and they can be anything except for glass or other specific materials that could fall or do other things that interact with the game. And let's begin. So over here I have a double door with pressure plates in front of it. Now, in the old updates, when you'd step on one, the other one would switch and they'd invert. But with the new updates, if I were to step on both of these by going down the middle, they'd both open. So you could do this if you really want to save room or resources. But if you were to step on one of the sides, both doors wouldn't open and there's really no way to lock it. So over here, I have it above ground for demonstration, but it is not compact or reasonably useful. It's just for demonstration. And basically what happens is when I step on one, both doors open and this activates from both sides. And the way it works is when I step on, say, this pressure plate, power is sent to both doors via this redstone cord. So here I've set it up, but underground, so you could, say, put it in a house or something. And this is exactly what it has to look like. Now for both this one and this one, I'll be doing it over here so you won't get confused. Basically what happens is when you step on this pressure plate, it powers the redstone beneath it and runs to both of these doors. This is what it looks like, and it works on both sides without delay. But again, here, there's no way to lock it, and that's what's over there. So it's quite a bit more advanced if you want to get to lock, but it's pretty neat, and you can also have it set up so it only locks from one side, so perhaps the outside would stay locked, but you could walk out, which would be kind of interesting to see how you'd get back in. Anyway, here's how to build it. This version, we're going to start off where our doors are, and we're going to place white wool blocks on either side, because that's where we need redstone important objects, which are going to be our pressure plates. Now, 2 blocks under the pressure plates, right here and right here, are also important because this is where the redstone's going to go. So when you step on, say, this pressure plate, it would power this, or if you were to step on one of these two, it'd power this. Now, from looking over here, we can see that we're going to drop it down one so it doesn't interfere with the other cord. We're going to run the cable, and now we're going to come back up on both sides. So now that we have that, we're going to put the redstone on top. And now here's the part that powers the door. So we're going to drop one level below the block that the door is standing on and run 2, and then put cable on top. And it's important that you have this piece pointing directly at the block, otherwise the block wouldn't be powered. And that's why you can't make this smaller. And I'm sure there's other ways to make something like this, but I haven't figured them out, and I haven't really looked at other tutorials. So if you find something or make something more compact, please let us know, because that'd be pretty cool for all the people who want to know how to make this. So here it is without lock. Now you can use this inside like any room in your house, but as for a front door, a locking door would be pretty cool. Now it works just the same as the other ones. It has no delay, depending on, one's not faster than the other, I mean, and they both open. But if you want to lock it, I have it set up to a lever that when the light's on it's locked, and when the light's off it's unlocked. So here's locked, and it is locked from both sides. And to do this I had an inverter set up. So now they open. So let's build it. This is the most complicated one, and I have the world download up on MediaFire. So we're going to start off with our 2 doors, and we're going to go 2 blocks out instead of right next to each other, because if we had the pressure plates right next to the doors, it would directly influence them, and then we couldn't get a lock. So it should look like this. Then go 2 blocks beneath the pressure pads on either side. I'm going to knock out the middle ones here, and I'm going to put redstone here. So it should look like this now. So as I step on this pressure plate, it should power the redstone cord. And now on either side, you're going to add torches. This is to invert the signal to make sure that the doors stay closed until you step on the pressure plates. Now we're going to add a block underneath the torches and go too far out 2 blocks far out, sorry. So it should look something like this now. Next, we're going to add the redstone, so it looks like it's pointing at something that's not there. And that thing that's not there is actually a bar that looks like this, that comes up. And these 2 redstone cords are pointing at either torch. So it should look something like this. Now we're going to come 1 block up from right here, and it's going to point into the door. Now basically what this is, it's an OR gate, and when I step on, say, this one, it's going to power and open the door on the left. So now we got to hook it up to the right. So it's basically the same thing, but on the right. So let's add that bar. And around the tips here, we're going to add the torches. Again, it should look something like this. And now we're going to come up. Make sure that the power is pointing. And the reason why you can't smush this 1 block in closer is because you can't influence a torch like this, because technically this should be off. So we have to add that piece of power that powers this. And now we should have a non-delay door from both sides. Now I'm adding glass so we can walk on it smoothly and test it out. And I'm just using these glass and wool materials for the video. Okay, so now that we have this, we want to insert the lock. And basically, when we step on these pressure plates, what happens is this light turns off, and then these torches turn on and open the door. So if we kept this block, that redstone powered, even when these blocks went off, then the doors wouldn't open. So that's what we want to do. So I'm going to add a repeater on both sides for 1 and 2. And then I'm also going to have, say the redstone's here, and we have the lever over here. So right now these 2 ones will be locked. So let's test it out. So right now the lock is on, but only from the front side is the lock engaged. The back side isn't. So if you want a one-way lock, just power one of the sides. But for this video, I want to have a 2-way lock. So for that, I'm simply going to come down here, run the cable, and we're going to have it come and round and power. We want to power this one right here. So let's have the repeater right here. And to power the repeater, we're going to need this block to be on. And we'll just have it run around like this. So basically, power from over here just comes under and then powers this block. So it should look something like this. So I'll slow down so you guys can see it. So it looks like this. And the repeaters are powering these blocks on either side. Now there are other ways to wire this, and you might have to do it differently for the sake of your situation, because I guess no one's world is the same. And we're going to add in the repeaters on this side. Oops. And remember, if you are confused, the world is for download in the description below. And I wouldn't mind coming onto someone's server and helping out if you are confused. I have done that before. So now both sides I have hooked up should be locked. This side's locked, and this side's locked. Now for this one over here, I made it so that way when the light's off, the doors are open, unlocked, whatever. Now if you want to do that, just add a... Let's have this cord run all the way up to the top. So that way we can have a lock from, say, like the inside. Alright, so let's say our lock will be right here. And when the light is on, we have the doors, they're open, and that's not what we want. So to do that, we just add a simple inverter. And then we're going to route the power. So now it's locked, but they won't open. And the light's on. So that is what we want. Thanks to SlicePie for recommending this to me. World links are in the description below, as to SlicePie's channel. If you have a suggestion for my next video, please let me know. I will most likely make your suggestion. And I'll see you guys next time.